Cleaning your yoga mat actually is very, very fulfilling. It feels good when you finish doing it. It's fun. And I'm going to show you a couple ways today that you can get that yoga mat nice and clean. And I'm going to also share with you a couple of my favorite products. Welcome to the Strength, Yoga, and Freedom YouTube channel. My name is Justin. Let's get started. Hey everybody, welcome to my kitchen. My name is Justin again, and this is the Strength, Yoga, and Freedom YouTube channel. I'm glad that you're here. I'm going to show you today a couple of ways that you can clean your yoga mat, and I'm also going to give you a couple of pointers and tips on how to clean it in a particular way and motion. And I'm going to recommend a couple of products, which any product that I recommend is going to be listed in the description of this video. You are more than welcome to click on those links and go and purchase them yourselves, or go out and get them on your own at the store. It's up to you. I like the things being delivered to the door because that's how I roll. But anyway, I have two products that I actually really like using on my yoga mat. So this yoga mat here is the one, for those of you who have been watching this channel for a while, is the one that I use here at home to teach with and practice at home. I also have a couple of other yoga mats that I use in the studio I teach at here, or if I'm going to practice at certain places. So these tips and tricks can work for any yoga mat. Just look for the recommendations or specifications on the brand of yoga mat that you have purchased, if there is a particular product that they recommend you never use. So that could vary depending on your yoga mat. But a couple of products that never work on yoga mats, I'm going to tell you what those are now, are anything that has disinfectant in it. So anything you would use to maybe clean countertops or other areas in your home, like bathroom cleaners, those types of things. We do not want to use those on yoga mats because they could kind of rip up the top part of the finish of the yoga mat and make them more, you'll slide more, basically, is what's going to happen. You don't want to ruin the mat that way. And no bleach, nothing with bleach in it, obviously, as well for yoga mats. So what I've got here is I've got two bowls, and these are just regular kitchen bowls. I don't like anything fancy. I'm not going out to buy special stuff for this because, you know, we want to use things and be as simple as we can and use things that are simple. So I just have a couple of bowls, like cereal bowls here, and I just have them filled up with water. They're about 3/4 of the way filled up. I have some Dawn dish soap. This is probably my favorite tool to use to clean my yoga mat. And what I do is I just open up the Dawn dish soap and I literally just pour maybe that much in there. I don't know if you saw that, but it was a second worth of pouring. Not much soap needed. The other product I really like is tea tree oil. And listen, you guys, I don't care where you get your essential oils from. Just get some from somewhere. Some of you may like essential oils that are from a particular online platform, someone who might be marketing them on their own, fine. You may want to, I'm going to link you one of my favorites from Amazon, fine. Just get whichever one is best for you. I love tea tree, and I use it at the end. So what I do is I just take tea tree and I literally take maybe just 3 drops, 1, 2, and 3, right into the bowl. And I use my favorite tool to use to clean, the actual tool to use to clean it, is microfiber cloths. And I will link this below too. These are really nice for a lot of things, like your car as well, but these are really great for your yoga mat. So what I do is I just take one cloth, and the first thing I do is I get it into the dish soap, the one that I use the dish soap with, and the water, and I get the cloth nice and wet, and then I squeeze the cloth onto the yoga mat like this, just in a back and forth motion, okay? Just to get the entire yoga mat clean from back to front. Or wet, I should say, from back to front, not clean. We're not clean yet. And squeeze that all onto it. Nice dish soap. That's really all you need. And then what I do, starting at the top left, going up and down, front to back, not sideways, especially if you have a Manduka mat, which is a mat that I use to practice with in the yoga studio, because you will see the grooves go vertically. They don't go horizontally. So you always want to go up and down, and it works best with really any mat. Start with the top left corner and just go up and down, and then go left to right, or if you want to go right to left, you know, that doesn't matter either. But do just a nice slow motion left to right, and you're going to pick up all of the water and soap that you've squeezed onto the mat. Just go left to right, up to down. If you feel like you need a little more, like right now, I feel like I might need a little more. The air is kind of dry today. Fine. Get a little more soap in there, up and down, left and right. So I'm not going to clean the whole mat while you're watching because that can get boring. But what you do is top to bottom, left to right. Once you've gotten done with that first layer, you may feel like you need to place another layer of soap and water on there. If so, great. If not, go to your tea tree oil next. You may want to grab another cloth if you feel like you don't want to have the same cloth with soap on it versus, you know, tea tree oil. I don't care. So I'm going to use the same one. But if you want to use a separate one, fine. And I use the same motion. I just squeeze it just to get the tea tree on there, right? And you're going to have some soap left over if you're, of course, if you're using the same one. And by the way, this is all, I like doing it in my kitchen because I have the floors. The rest of my house is carpeted. So you may want to use it on, you know, wash your mat where you have a floor that you can wipe, you know, you're not going to get the carpet wet. And I do a layer of tea tree oil on the top. This one's not as forceful. That's a good word. I don't press into the mat as hard. But I really like the finish of the tea tree oil. Tea tree oil is very antimicrobial, antibacterial, and it smells good. So just go up and down, nice light layer, nothing crazy. And of course, you are going to find the worst, the most dirty, I should say, or dirtiest part of your mat is going to be where your hands and feet go when you're in a downward facing dog, generally back here and up towards the top. So a nice layer of this, and I'll tell you a trick, and I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to show you guys this because it's in a whole different room and I would have to move the camera around, but this is not a hard concept to grasp. But if you have a ceiling fan anywhere, I have a ceiling fan up the other direction. I love to dry my mat with the ceiling fan. I do not put it outside because putting the yoga mat outside, the sun could affect the color or the texture of the top of the mat. So we want to leave the mat out of the sunshine. But I like to place it under a ceiling fan. Another tip that I have for you is to place your yoga mat potentially underneath a floor fan. If you have a floor fan and you want to point the floor fan at your yoga mat, do that as well. Listen, all of these things are easy to get. You don't need a special cleaner. I have a really, really good specific cleaner that is specific for yoga mats that I'm also going to link in the description, which is really nice. It's called Mind Over Lather. A local friend of mine who lives here where I live, she actually produces this mat cleaner, and it's all natural. It's wonderful. So I'm going to link that too because it's a really, really nice one. But there's a lot, and I'll link anything that I've used in the past that I really enjoy. I'm going to link all of that in the description. But if you're in a pinch and you want to just do a quick one like I just did here, Dawn dish soap, it's so gentle. It really does not hurt the mat whatsoever, and tea tree oil. Start with your Dawn dish soap, finish with your tea tree oil. Another thing people do with their yoga mats is they drape them over, if you have like a staircase in your home, you can drape it over the side of the railing of the staircase and let it air dry, but really let your mat air dry before you use it again. And you may feel you need to do a whole nother round of cleaning also. So those are the tips for you. Very basic. I'm going to link all of the information for any of the products in the description. And I hope that when happiness finds you today, you enjoy it because you deserve all that happiness. And thank you for chilling out with me while I clean my yoga mat. I'll see you guys next time.